saying.
5-6 years ago.
Don't be whispering now. We live now.
Say it with your chest.
We do need a new intro. Yes.
Yes.
Alex has got a new intro for her new episode.
Yeah, I was waiting for Ann Wine to come in.
Now we saved that one for the show that's going to drop Friday.
Okay.
Well, welcome to Whiskey, Waste, and Whey. I'm Chuck
I'm Zach.
And I'm Alex.
/wine today. Little weird setup. We had a camera difficulty, so I got a solo shot over here by myself, but you get to see Alex behind me. So
Dragon Ball Z, Alex.
that's right. Let's see. We got anybody here with us today? I'm gonna have to be turning really far to see the chat. Got a few topics we want to hit on. I know, Alex, we're going to talk a lot about your recovery postpartum, and then we're going to hit on your new project that you did. Zach's got some good journaling intakes that we're going to talk about. And first, though, we got to pour our drinks.
I was about to say, I was a little concerned where you were going.
No, I will not forget that. Alex, what are you drinking?
I am sipping on our local winery, Corbin Farms, that unfortunately is about to close. So we had to run out and get some, but the white blend.
Talk into the mic, though. Oh, we got some people here. Brittany. What's up, Brittany?
Brittany's commenting from the vibrating platform out there. She was shaking out some lactic acid that she built.
Tyler Haynes, Keith Harden, Matt Anderson. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you joining us. You're drinking. Let us know what you're drinking in the chat. What do we got today, Zach?
We are drinking Black Hat.
Zach is very uncomfortable at the moment, so I'm going to call him out and just go ahead and get it out there.
He's trying not to be appropriate.
I'm not uncomfortable. I am trying to make our viewers as comfortable as possible.
I
It's
mean,
going to be a basic instinct shot in a minute.
well, luckily the camera angle is just right where it just shows a lot of thigh and a little bit of nipple.
Well,
You're going to get us demonetized already.
nip slip.
PG-13. Now it's rated R.
No.
But yes, we're very excited to have you today, bud.
Oh, I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
All right. Chin
Chin
chin.
chin.
Chin chin. That was the cutest thing, though, when I heard. So, Zach and Katie, when they came back from Italy,
Yeah.
Rome, brought back Chin Chin, and May has adopted it as her cheers, and she was teaching Lucy how to say it while they were playing Tea Party the other day.
I love
Move
that
the
so
mic
much.
over just a little bit. There you go. You're
No one's-
talking like this.
No one's. I
There
know.
you go. There you go. Much better.
Okay.
What did you say? Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Oh no! I just realized my ring's in the gym. I'll have to go put that on as soon as we're done. But so she was teaching her chin chin while they were doing tea party.
Yeah. It
That's
was
sweet.
cute.
Ain't nobody chimed in. I guess we're the only ones drinking tonight.
Well, it is kind of early.
Yeah. What did y'all do today for workout?
I was only able to get my booty band class in today. So I taught a booty band class. That was my workout.
It was a good one though.
It was. I went to the splash pad today, and so
Chasing
the
kids.
splash pad was my my cardio.
What about you?
Just kind of full body. Did a lot of upper body focus. Did some core work. Me and Scott finished with some cardio.
Nice.
So just been out of sync for the last 2 weeks just because it's been so busy. So I'm just kind of utilizing these 2 weeks to kind of get back into the groove before like starting a new training block. So
Gotcha. I'm finally feeling 100%, so I'm back to training for Alabama's. But I busted my chin on that darn rubber stone. That's the second time. I did it in competition back in May. I picked it up too quick and slammed it into my own chin, trying to get tucked under. Did it again today, so I'm gonna have a bruised chin for another week. But other than that, it was a pretty good day. Eric was trying to get you to join us in Strongman.
he's trying to be sly. He was like, just if you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh? I said, anywhere between 165 and 70. He's like, perfect. This is my weight class. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, no, you should join. I was like, now I'm super intimidated if I'm going against you. But
Chuck's been trying to get you to do that for a while now.
yeah,
So
so if Chuck can't get me,
Yeah.
sorry, Eric.
Hey,
Sorry.
maybe if we tag team, we can just start berating you with it.
I'm getting really good at saying no.
That's good.
It
That is a good thing.
It's a good skill.
Let's see. Somebody said something.
Keith said he is here for the Superman thighs.
That's what I was looking for. Superman thighs.
Thank you, Keith. I know that was directed towards me.
Well, after we went on the boat, we know it's not you.
So what?
Remember, I didn't think you let me forget. I was picking at you about your thighs not being big as mine and
Oh, I
Scott's.
remember that as well. Oh, goodness. Just haters.
Yeah. Well, what's the topic for the day with your journaling? That was such a good,
Yeah, it was a good prompt.
it was a
Thank
good
you.
prompt for last show. It carried the whole show. So we'll see if it helps us this time.
So I was journaling today on process versus outcome. And so when we fixate on outcomes only, we hold happiness hostage until we achieve that outcome. So if we're just so consumed about the outcome, and if it doesn't result in what we want, like we're taking a big chance with our happiness and our enjoyment. So having a process-oriented approach is more enjoyable, sustainable, and effective than fixating on those specific outcomes. And so I think for me, transitioning to enjoying the process, it gives you that ability to achieve little goals along the way. So you're not just dependent on that one big goal, that one big day.
Yeah. I like that. I know I get bogged down a lot with trying, like, so focused on the end goal, not focusing on the smaller things along the way, which you talked a lot about in the class that you did here.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
doing the smaller, milestones.
Yeah.
Did you have issues with that when you were coming back from postpartum? Either time, were you too focused on like your end result, getting back in the gym or
I
did
don't
you?
think during postpartum necessarily. I think because you're so focused on a new life to,
Yeah.
raise.
Well, you
but
had a
just-
little bit of a unique situation.
Yeah, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit
Okay.
when we kind of talk about the upcoming interview. But I do have a lot of clients who have a hard time not beating themselves up because they're not achieving big leaps in the gym every single week. And that's not going to happen. And there's going to be failures.
And failure is just feedback.
Yeah.
And so, but a lot of people feel like failure is like end result. This is it. I can't come back from it. But reframing my own failures, I'm just like, okay, so reflecting on it, reassessing it, kind of what do I need to change and implement to go on and go forward and be successful next time.
Yeah.
And I think that's for a lot of people. I think we grew up with outcome-based success, and that's where people put their success into. Because it was like, oh, if you don't win, you don't get the trophy. If you don't win, you don't get the medal. And so that's just not how realistic.
Yeah.
But
be.
I
Don't say it. Don't say participation trophies.
don't like that though.
No, I don't either.
You
It's
shouldn't
terrible.
get
I
a
know.
participation
No.
trophy, but you should be okay with
Yeah.
also not getting a trophy.
Yeah. That is something.
If you
Yeah.
achieved what you
And that's something that
the
we're
best
gonna,
you could.
we have to work. I mean, because obviously she's young, she's a child, but our daughter, learning to accept that she
not
can't
win at every single
time.
game and
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
my
and that the
niece was the
process.
same way. Like in basketball, she would get extremely emotional
Mm-hmm.
when she didn't perform like she wanted to, and it would disrupt like the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, being able to be frustrated in the moment, but don't let that stress compound to a point where it's affecting what you're doing after the game. It's affecting practice. It's affecting the next day, and so I think so many people don't want to fall in love with the process because they want those big heroic efforts. And that's not where wins and successes come from. They don't come from big heroic efforts. They come from doing the basics and the fundamentals over and over and over again until they're perfected. And then you can add more complexity to it after that.
consistency just across. The board.
Yeah, consistency across the board.
And I know Strongman the chat, so I can relate it to that. Like if you look at some of the best strongmen, they didn't win every single event. They consistently were top two, and they didn't have to win everything, but overall they would win the whole show because they were consistently doing everything they needed to.
Yeah.
So just because you don't win every single individual event, don't mean you can't win the whole show.
And I think it's important to do those like reflection pieces and after action reviews.
Yeah.
So like to put it in perspective, my freshman year of baseball, I set the school record for giving up the most home runs in a season. Right?
Yeah.
And so I had to take that information and take that feedback. I have to make adjustments. And the next year it was All-American and went to the World Series, ended up with my career like still leading the school record in saves. But I could have easily
You
got
could have
frustrated
taken
and
that.
said, "Oh, I'm a shitty pitcher because I set the school record for the most home runs given
Yeah.
up." But I took that feedback and said, "What do I need to adjust over the course of the next year to perform better?"
Yeah.
Yeah, our
So-
coach he railed it into our brains, goldfish mindset. You screw up, it's gone in 5 seconds. You're back to the next play. You got the rest of the game to play. If you mess
Right.
up, one bad play, don't let it ruin the next.
And that's a great mindset. And like I would give myself a very specific time limit. So if I had a shitty game, I gave myself to like when we leave to get dinner, when we step off the bus, it's over.
To be
I'm
upset
done.
about it, yeah.
So it gives you time to be emotional, be upset, because
Yeah.
you need to validate those emotions. But we're in a game time situation. You need to say, hey, it may need to be like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Get that shit out, move on.
Oh, we're getting some comments. Chuck, stop touching the cable to the mic.
I'm trying not to. It's
And,
this old cable.
and yes, Destiny, sorry. Neither
Yeah.
Zach or I wanted to flatten our thighs out onto the couch, so we let Chuck do that.
Well, luckily, my thighs are off camera.
Oh, I said that's my best feature. I gotta.
Well, I finally bought some Rogue Ranger panties.
Yeah.
And like the first day I wore them, I was like, oh shit.
You gotta get used
Ranger
to wearing them
panties?
They're
again.
called Ranger panties, yeah.
They're essentially the size of, yeah.
Have
Well,
we talked about your story of the kid in the neighborhood?
Oh, there was this one time. Well, in the summer, it gets very hot, so I try to wear minimal clothing, right? When I was doing a lot of ultras in trail running, I'm running in the woods and like there's just nobody around.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing like 2.5, 3-inch shorts, very, very revealing. But like the squirrels don't give a damn.
They're just trying to get a nut.
They're just trying to get a nut. And so I was running in the neighborhood. I think it was last summer, and some kids like yay high were playing outside playing basketball, and one stopped me. He's like, "Why are you running in your underwear?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I could never run this street again."
Jeez.
oh man.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I know you're about to say something. And I threw it way
I
off.
am a goldfish, so that's the problem.
They said, if I wear minimal clothing, I'm sure someone's going to call 911 on me.
I don't know, Destiny. I've seen you in some short shorts in competitions. No, I think that was a great topic because a lot of people need to hear that kind of stuff.
Oh, yes.
You know, we're a little bit, I guess, privileged being in the fitness industry. We know building, programming, and all that stuff, it takes time. But when it comes to stuff like outside, like for me personally, financially, like we haven't hit our goal of 60, 80 members. We haven't hit our goal of this, and that is where I let not hitting our end goal bog me down from the small wins. Like we've added 12 people in the last 30 days, but I'm still in my mind like we still got to get 30 more.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, I think in the gym, I'm fine with it, but I don't want to do a competition unless I know I'm going to
do well.
do well. I am afraid of failure, very much so. I let it keep me from doing things.
I'll go do a show and
We wouldn't have a
prepare to come
gym
in
this
last.
big if it wasn't for Chuck.
It might be a bad thing.
We'd probably still be in our garage or, because I like the comfort of the known.
Yeah.
But
You
it
keep
is
me in
about
check
it is
and
about the
I'll
journey,
push you
not
out.
the.
I'll put you out on a limb.
It's a push pull. Oh,
Well,
so do you want to talk about what we've got coming up
Yeah.
and kind of what has led me to join y'all tonight in particular?
yes. Let's
All
go
right.
for it. However you want to start it off.
So, we've been talking about wanting to focus a little more on women's health, mental, physical,
I think
women's
I think
stories.
Destiny is like one of our maybe 5 female subscribers out of the 2,000 or something.
Yeah.
Because I think 98% of our following is male. So we're like, let's get some stuff for the women.
Well, and we are partially female-owned business,
Exactly.
and the business is tied into all of the strongman stuff and all of the gym, and so wanted to focus on some topics and stories that relates more towards women. And for our very first episode of Wine, Weights, and Whey, and it's not wine, weights, and whey because women can't drink whiskey. It's wine, weights, and whey because I don't drink whiskey, just so we can put that out there. Um, but for our very first episode, and I'm so excited, and I might get emotional talking about it.
That's fun.
We have a woman she's in Texas, and she is 2 children that are almost the exact same age as my children. With her second delivery, she had some complications, and she ended up a quadruple amputee from the complications of delivery. She blew up on TikTok because she posted her story, but also videos of her doing things, dancing the two-step with her husband, putting on makeup.
Her putting on her daughter's makeup made me cry.
Oh my goodness. And she just has a very, it's traumatic, and she does focus on the grief of it, but how she didn't let it keep her down. She went through extensive physical therapy. She is a mental health professional.
Nice.
Yes. So that is our first episode that we will be releasing on Friday. I'm very excited. It was a wonderful conversation. But as kind of an intro, what made me really relate to her is I myself had, it's not near as traumatic as hers. And I have talked about this before. I have a hard time thinking my story or anything I have to bring is not good enough. It's not dramatic enough. It's not.
The first time I heard her story, I cried because all I could think about was what I went through with you.
Yeah. And I related to it. It's not on as big of a scale, but I definitely related to it. And as I was telling this to Zach, he reminded me that it doesn't have to be hugely dramatic, that someone will relate, and that other people might not feel like their stories are important. And by me sharing mine, it might help someone to advocate for themselves, because that is a big thing of this first episode is women learning to use their voice and knowing it's okay to say, no, this is not right. So to go ahead and kind of just tell my journey of pregnancy and then postpartum, and then how it was a lot harder to find my way back into a healthy place. We worked for a while to get pregnant, took a while. We finally got pregnant after 2 years of trying. I think that the happiest I could ever be. I loved being pregnant. Other than some morning sickness, I had a phenomenal pregnancy. I prided myself, this is not a good thing, but I did pride myself on I gained exactly the weight you needed to gain, no more, and was teaching 3 cardio classes a week or a day.
Like in our garage with no air conditioning in the heat.
I was in the best shape I've ever been. I felt phenomenal. I put on more muscle. I was the most confident in my body. Things were going great. At about 37 weeks pregnant, all of a sudden, with no signs of this to come, my blood pressure went up, and was diagnosed with preeclampsia. Normally, that's something you get diagnosed with earlier. It usually shows up throughout your pregnancy. This was at the very end. No problem. Go ahead at 38 weeks exactly. Blood pressure wasn't coming down, so we decided to...
We got a video right before we left to go to the hospital for this checkup. I'm like recording her. I'm like, so what are we doing? We're going to the doctor. And what do we feel? Horrible. You know, like we were just...
trying to get the baby out.
Right.
At that point, I felt great, though.
Yeah. We were just like,
and I didn't even know my
ready
blood
for the baby
pressure
to be here.
was
Yeah.
up yet at that point. We were just ready to get the baby out. And so, used some techniques to help get labor to start because I really did not want to be induced. I really wanted to experience going into labor. I had done everything
Yeah, you didn't want a
very
C-section.
naturally.
Yeah.
I had said that my worst fear was to labor and then have a C-section. So we go in. When we got there, surprisingly, I was having contractions every 10 minutes. Didn't know it.
You thought they were.
I thought she was.
hits.
Well, I thought she was just moving around. I had no idea what your first time pregnant. You don't know what's going on. But I was so chill about it. We get hooked up. Things are progressing slowly, but I'm doing good. My blood pressure is going up. They give me something, my blood pressure bottom out. They give me something to bring it up. Go up too high. They give me something to bring it down.
That scared me.
And I didn't know how awful being on magnesium is. Anyway, fast forward. I get to one nurse told me I was 9 centimeters, and then my doctor came in and told me I was 7, and I think that really sent my mental state over the edge. It was like, wait a second.
This was also like 36 hours of.
So 36 hours of labor.
Yeah.
Of pretty active labor.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was spent. I had not been able to sleep because of my blood pressure. The cuff was going off every 5 minutes. So there was no sleeping. There's no eating. I'm vomiting from the blood pressure going up and down, up and down. And so Chuck...
the doctor pulled me aside and was like, look, we can do the C-section if you want and just go ahead and get this over with. And that's the first time that I walked to her and I'm like, I think we need to do the C-section. Like,
Yeah.
up until then, I'd ask her, hey, what do you want to do? And she like, no, I want to have the baby normal. I want
Yeah.
it naturally. I want to go through the childbirth. And that was when I looked up at her. I was like, I think this is what we need to call it.
Yeah.
And so they quickly got me ready. I think it wasn't long after they decided.
No.
May was great. May never, there was no fetal anything. It was me that was just up and down, up and down, up and down. Get in. I don't remember anything really, except for when they pulled her out.
Mm-hmm.
That moment is very clear. But after that, out for.
Well, your blood pressure when they were cutting you open, it was like, I want to say 180
Yeah, it was
over
still high.
120. The baby comes out, you see it, you cry, and next thing I know, your blood pressure is 60 over 40.
Yeah.
And I thought I had lost you at that point. I was freaking out. They calmed me down. They brought me over to the baby and let me focus on the baby. But that drop, you passed out immediately.
And then I didn't really come to, except for when the nurse, if you're a mom, it's called a fundal massage. This nurse, and it may have been correct, but it didn't happen with my second, so I'm guessing she raked right across a fresh C-section incision. Like, I mean. And I was passed out, so I didn't know it was happening.
Yeah.
I swung on her. By the way, this is in the midst of 2020. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to.
Nobody's there allowed in there
to
for me.
leave the hospital. We're not allowed any visitors. My mom is a wreck. My mom was like, I don't know if I can watch this episode because I was such a wreck. My mom and his mom were in the car for about 24 of the 36 hours
were in the
outside
parking
of the
deck.
hospital. They couldn't come in, but they stayed outside. Anyway, so we're there. I missed about 24 hours. I woke up, asked for Chick-fil-A.
48 hours.
I woke up, asked for Chick-fil-A. Chuck told me it was Sunday. I was pissed because no, it's not. It's Saturday morning.
We
No,
had her on
it's Sunday
Friday.
night.
We had her on Friday
So-
night. She come to on Sunday morning.
So, but we had the baby. C-section, whatever. I can recover. I was tough. I worked out. I taught a cardio kickboxing class at 37 weeks pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Recovery's going to be nothing. We get home, and at first it was okay. I was on a long list of medications. Chuck has a lot better memory than I do of
No,
this.
you're doing good. It's just,
So I have a long list of medications, but we're doing okay. I have wonderful help with my mom, his mom, and my sister. And of course, Chuck is taking care of me, and they're taking care of the baby.
Yeah, like, we didn't have anything. I hate saying it like this, but we had nothing to do with May essentially for the first 2 to 3
and
weeks.
that's what I had the hardest time with.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to take care of her. I wanted to get up in the middle of the night. I wanted to change her diapers. this is where the first sign of something might be wrong comes in. I was trying to pump for the first time. Nothing was coming out. I never had any milk. Overnight, I got all of my milk and was immediately mastitis. Mastitis is an infection in your mammary glands, completely blocked, hard rot. I had a golf ball size underneath my armpit, and this was immediate.
Yeah.
Usually these things happen after you've been breastfeeding. I had not. Fever, chills, the worst pain. I have to go to the hospital to be diagnosed with it because they give you something to dry your milk up, all that good stuff. Okay, we get past that. I missed May's appointment.
Yeah, I had to take her to her first 2 appointments, I think.
And that was hard because I really wanted to be there. We get past that. I have now not had a bowel movement since the hospital, which is not a good thing after you've had a C-section. You really want things to move. It took about 2 weeks. We tried absolutely everything. That was another little side. Finally start to feel a little bit better. So I start tapering off all of my medications. And I start walking because that's what they tell you for a C-section. Start walking. So I do 1 lap around the block. I was so proud of myself. I felt great. I was so excited to get out. A few hours later, I go to stand, and the bones in my feet feel like they are breaking through the skin. Like it feels like the worst plantar fasciitis. And I was like, surely I didn't get plantar fasciitis from a block. Like this is insane. And then it just kept creeping up. By the way, I dropped 35 pounds in 5 days.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so through all of these things, I call the doctor. And I get a nurse, and she's like, "Honey, that's just that's just childbirth." I called about not being able to use the restroom. Honey, that's just childbirth. I called about losing weight, and they told me you're still within a normal BMI. You're fine. And I was like, but I lost all this weight in such a short amount of time. Then I called about my feet.
You were lighter.
And and I never talked to a doctor. I always talked to the same nurse, and she was very, very dismissive. Honey, you just had a baby. And you don't know what it's like. So finally with the feet thing, I call, and they get me an appointment with a physical therapist. And so I go into the physical therapist. I know the physical therapist because I used to work with him as a tech. And he was like, this is not musculoskeletal. Like, this is not anything that I don't understand why you're here. I had horrible red nodules pop up on all my bony markers. That's weird. What is this about? Finally, my physical therapist calls my OB, and he gets through. It's the first time my OB has heard any of this.
Oh, my gosh.
So he finally gets through. She, that weekend, goes to church.
Great.
She's fantastic.
Yes.
She's fantastic. She did not hear any of this. And she's fantastic. She goes to church, and she's in the praise and worship band. In the praise and worship band with her is a rheumatologist. She says, I really need you to get my patient. And, usually you have to wait.
6 months.
Yeah.
To a year.
She said, I need you to get my patient in this week. He calls me on Monday, gets me scheduled for Tuesday. We go in. I have something called erythema nodosum.
It's like 1 in 100,000.
It's 1 in 100,000. Usually it's caused by trauma, sometimes extreme viral infections. So it's treated with steroids. Eventually it did go down, but I was left with polyarthritis because all of the inflammation for prolonged times in my joints left long-standing arthritis in specifically my knees and my ankles, which is the kind of hall marker. So all of that, we get through it. I kind of have to mourn the first 6 weeks of May's life because I really was not.
Yeah, you didn't change a diaper for at least.
Chuck had to pick me up and put me on the toilet. That is the most humbling experience. I couldn't walk to go to the bathroom. It got so bad. But we got it figured out. I got past it. It still flares up every once in a while. But
I was a wreck when we found out we were having another one because Because we tried, we planned, we did everything we could to have May. Lucy was a happy accident. I love her to death. I never would want to say anything other than we were so happy to have two daughters, but we were not planning on having any more children.
Yeah, they said
We
that they
thought,
didn't know if, because it's rare, they didn't know if pregnancy would trigger it. And if you're pregnant, you can't take prednisone, which is the treatment for erythema nodosum.
and I was stressed when we felt like that was the first one.
And I had a little bit of a flare up afterwards. I ended up with preeclampsia after giving birth this time. But the thing that I think tying it back into health and fitness is when I started to work out, I weighed 112 pounds. Went from a
the
healthy
smallest I ever saw you.
130 to 112 pounds. You could see my spine. You could see I had lost all muscle tone. I had lost all cardiovascular health, tons of medical bills. It was hard I wanted to be in the gym, but it was really hard for your body not to be able to do what you want it to do. And you want to be able to take care of your children. You want to be able to, and especially since that's my job. So that's, I say all of that to say, advocate for yourself. If I had been a little bit more aware of the fact that my doctor was not getting these calls, I think I would have been a little more demanding. And it's okay to be demanding. It's okay to
When it comes to your health, yes.
yeah, you should advocate for yourself. Don't let warning signs go that
I think the experience that you had with May helped so much with Lucy because you had some stuff flare up a little bit before. She ended up coming 2 weeks, or was it 4 weeks early, just like
2 weeks, exactly.
the
2
exact
weeks.
same as May.
Yep.
But you were like,
Night
hey,
and
listen,
day.
this is what we did last time. I'm not doing it again. Like you were a lot more assertive with them. So was I, because you left out the part where I was sitting there telling the nurses, "Hey, it's time for her epidural to be replenished," and they're like, "No, it's not. She's got 20 minutes." I'm like, "No, I've been tracking the time. I know when it runs out, and y'all change shifts 4 times." They're like, "Sir, it's fine." And right then she started her blood pressure would start spiking because the pain would go up, and I'd get on to them, like, "Look, I told you." And they were like, "Okay," and they go hit the button. I started hitting the button on my own. Like I was tracking the time to the point.
Yeah, and that's another thing is to have a partner who will advocate for you, because Chuck literally was keeping up with when I had like 8 different prescriptions. He would keep up with what time everything needed to be, and no, you need to call back and tell them this is more than.
So the story that you interviewed with Christina, hearing her husband's like comments and stuff really hit home, because I had the same thought in my head, like when you weren't coming to for 2 days. Like I was changing I had a mental breakdown changing, like I think it was the 5th time that I had went through 3 diapers in a single change. I would change her diaper, put a clean one under it, and immediately poop again. I'm like, change the diaper, put the new clean one on, poop again. I'm like, kid, like, are you done? But she came to about, I think it was about 18, 19 hours after delivery. She came to me just like crying, holding Lucy, because I didn't know, May, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because if she's not going to be able to help me, I'm not going to be able to do this myself. It was,
Yeah.
and I was stressed about her health, and I was like, I can't take care of her and this baby. Thank God our moms and your sister were there.
Yeah, that was a huge. Well, and I think going through that though, I do appreciate the small wins more. I do give myself more grace. My body doesn't look exactly how I would want it to. I've had 2 C-sections.
Hey,
But
you got 3 people who go woo woo at you every morning. I'm just telling you.
I do. But it's the journey of taking all of that and using it for the better, instead of using it as, which, don't get me wrong, I let it get me into a funk. I got depressed. I got angry that this is not, I took care of myself. I did all the things right. I exercised. I ate perfect.
Heck, First Form sent you a whole prenatal.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to First Form. Like, I had just become ambassador or whatever or legionnaire for them. They found out Alex was pregnant. They sent me all the prenatal setup, vitamins. They sent me 5 onesies of different sizes. They had first one. So go down in the description, click on that first one. Like,
Good plug.
good people.
Good plug.
Yeah, they're great people.
Yes,
Like,
they are.
They found out and they immediately sent everything.
Yeah. So that has led me to say, okay, yeah, I always get hate comments on YouTube. I don't know what it is. A female comes on here and they love to put hate comments. So I don't like to put myself out there. I am a sensitive soul. I like everyone to like me. Why don't you like me? So I didn't want to get on camera. But hearing Christina's story and then, being able to relate to it so much, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. No, I think it was a great story. I've heard it twice now. We kind of had a little bit of an issue with the first recording. Did it again with you, and both times teared up. Mm-hmm. But it was such a good inspirational story.
But you feel uplifted after.
Like, she has the most positive outlook on life.
Yeah.
With no hands and no feet. And just watching her interact with her kids.
Go watch her put makeup on. It is the most amazing. I was like, you do makeup way better than I do, and I am fully able.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that she went from this traumatic situation just 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2022 is when she gave birth to her daughter.
And she has gone through the grieving process. She's gone through the recovery, and she's she's such a positive mindset so quick. Mm-hmm. Like, there's people who go decade or 5-10 years before they can snap out of, hey, I've gone through this and I'm suffering.
Or never.
Yeah.
No, people who just let it be their personality from now on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so also hoping to get maybe some local female business owners on here. If you have someone that you would suggest, we would love. Oh, thank you, Ebony. I love y'all. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Destiny.
I want to get Brittany from A New Wellness on here.
That would be fantastic.
'Cause
She's been taking care. I would love to go let her run my blood, and then we can go through the results on live.
Because she is, I give her so much credit because she has turned my life around. I am day and night different, mentally and physically, because your hormones being out of balance, it'll affect everything. Mm-hmm. I know mentally, even though the stress level is the same, I'm in way better headspace now than I was February. I know you can attest to that. Mm-hmm. I'm not constantly in negative mindset, and I physically feel better. So
yeah.
Highly recommend she be one of your interviews.
Yeah, no, I would love that. So if you have anybody that you suggest or a topic you'd like to hear or anything like that, please leave it in the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to talk about things y'all want to talk about.
I keep telling everybody.
I'm a people pleaser, so.
Y'all see me on camera twice a week, but Alex is way prettier and way smarter, so y'all should definitely encourage her to do more episodes.
Way smarter, but I don't know about prettier.
Hormones are terrorists. Yes, they are.
I agree.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, we've gone through the emotional and the mental and the fitness stuff.
Should we talk about some fun stuff?
Should we have a little bit of conspiracy theory stuff?
Yeah. How about Celsius trying to knock out people's sobriety?
Did you see that?
No.
They accidentally put high noons in Celsius and put it on the shelves.
Oh,
They had a massive recall. I saw the comment sections were hilarious. There was someone that said, "Is that why I was drunk at 2:30 in the gym the other day?"
Right. Yeah, they canned. I guess they're canned at the same place. And
yeah, because they're like owners, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
really? I
yeah.
didn't even know that. And so, but there was a recall. Yeah,
I mean,
that's insane.
Have you seen the TikTok guy Chit?
Yes.
Yes.
He drinks the White Claws during the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's over there with them. Yeah. Do it, lady.
My favorite when he walks in and he's like, "Is there a black person here?"
Right.
Yeah.
It's a black purse in here.
Oh,
Yes.
Linda and Chit are gonna get it on. I believe it.
If you
They
haven't
got
seen
chemistry.
that's hilarious.
They got chemistry.
Yeah.
So funny.
But no, I did not see that. But that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Is that not Can you imagine though? Like you're driving down the road and you're like, I'm a little buzzed. What's
Oh,
this?
Would
Dude.
you? What would you be responsible for the DUI at that point?
Right.
I mean,
everybody.
I think yes, you're going to get arrested for it. I think
But-
you could fight it.
Yeah.
And then you could sue the hell out of
Turmoil.
man.
Oh man.
Did y'all see the other news? I know you saw it 'cause I sent it to you. There is a potential alien threat heading our way. And this isn't like from, I sent it to you.
You did. I saw.
it's
Well,
not-
you sent me a song about it.
Oh yeah, the guy was like joking about it, but apparently this has been in multiple news articles, not just like what's the
The
ones that-
tabloids.
yeah, like not the tabloids where it's like
Not the
men in-
Inquirer.
yeah, not like that, but like actual scientific news publications. There is they call it a comet, but its trajectory headed to us. The chances of it being a random trajectory headed straight for us is like 0.00005% chance that it's just random occurrence. They said that this is likely either a hostile or a friendly. It's like either extremely hostile or extremely friendly.
You know, I'm not
Interact.
too worried about it until James Spann tells me I should be worried about
That
it.
is a fair. That's a
So,
good.
when he takes off his jacket
yeah.
and rolls up his sleeves, I'll start to panic a little bit.
Well, there was a CIA supposed whistleblower who's been all over social media lately, saying that it's about to be a full-on end times. Nibiru, Planet X, is coming into our atmosphere. Our planet's going to flip polar, and like we're going to have a whole catastrophe. All kinds.
I mean, I feel like if they're coming all that distance, it is going to be a very swift takeover. I don't think that we have
Yeah.
established Space Force enough to be able
Well, that was
to
the thing. They were
combat
like,
Goodness,
that's
yeah.
the reason why we started Space Force was because of all.
it. Probably.
the-
I mean,
We're gonna let Steve Carell negotiate.
I trust him.
Did you watch that?
No.
Steve Carell's Space Force.
I need to be better at watching
The
things.
first season was so hard to get through, but it got
It got
better.
good.
It
It
got
got
better.
good.
Like
Yeah.
I just don't watch shows.
Yeah.
you don't.
I don't.
You and Scotty, which he's in here somewhere because he was the one that was Bob.
How many people we got in the stream?
12.
12. So
How many likes we got?
I don't know. You gonna get a roll?
Go like them. Go like. Yeah. You think Trey's intimidating?
Yeah, Trey threatens to get.
I've been working on my traps.
You have.
Trap Queen.
That's right.
Oh well.
Like Fetty Wap likes.
Oh, I think I need a refill.
Get it.
Oh.
Have you refilled yet?
Yeah, I just said.
Well, what have y'all seen in the news lately that's been interesting? Y'all put it in the comments while we continue just the random.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Nothing good. It's all been bad. Like local news have been horrible, and I don't want to bring. I'm drinking, so
Well, no,
I
I
talk
think
sad. I'm gonna
Oh,
cry.
yeah, let's not talk about that local piece.
Well, all of it.
You're talking
There's
about
a
Bibb
whole
County,
bunch
right?
that happened. Well, yeah, but there's a whole bunch that happened all in 1 week.
so.
So.
I feel like we should highlight and just.
I don't know enough about it because I try to avoid. I mean,
I'm just gonna put this out there: if you are a female with or without children, be aware of your surroundings.
oh yeah.
There are horrible people out there. There are things that we deal with on a daily basis. And it's weird. Working at Target, I saw so much stuff. Like I literally have a video at somewhere on a jump drive of this guy walking up behind women in the toy section with their children, and with his phone camera facing up, snapping photos, both of the kids and of the woman. We got him arrested, thankfully. But this was in Alabaster. I mean, it's not just, major cities. It's Alabaster, it's Calera.
You wonder why I listen to so much true crime, but it keeps me ready.
Well,
My head is
I'll
on.
keep
vigilant.
you ready.
My head is on a swivel. I am parking next to the cart return every time.
I'm not going to say names, but we had 3 people reach out to us for membership because they were approached in the parking lot at Crunch.
Yeah.
All-
And yeah,
and like, because they were getting harassed
they were getting
in the parking
harassed,
lot.
and they went and put lights up,
Yeah, no lights in
so
the parking
they were
lot.
walking at dark and
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Destiny has a Oh yes, please recommend. I devour podcasts and I love recommendations.
Yeah. So Destiny, yeah, being a liaison, Zach has been all over the news lately. It's great though.
It is great.
What you're doing for Shelby County is phenomenal, and I'm so excited to
yeah.
see you grow and what you do with it. And I'm very
So proud. I know that sounds weird.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
appreciate it.
very
No,
proud.
it's
I'm a little
so
jealous because I
cool.
want to be I want to help you with it, and I don't have the credentials. But
It's a great thing. It's been, I think that position itself has been like 4 to 5 years in the making. Like it's taken a steering committee of district attorneys, probate judges, circuit court judges, commissions, like all kinds of people, and it finally came to fruition when I got hired on December. So essentially, my role for Shelby County is a community mental health liaison, and I kind of wear the hat of the mental health officer. What we did was we identified a big gap from, like, there was no go-between from law enforcement. So when law enforcement gets on a scene and say, hey, we feel like this person's in a mental health crisis, they really only had like 3 options: either resolve it, make an arrest, or take the person to the hospital if they wanted to go.
No.
So what this position,
None of those are diffusing the situation.
it's not really diffusing the situation. So what this position does, it gives me the opportunity to collect mental health referrals. So if law enforcement does go out in the scene and says, hey, we feel like the situation last night, person was experiencing mental health crisis, it's not elevated to a point where he needs hospitalization or they need to be arrested, but just know that something's going on. So that gives me the opportunity to track that data, even potentially reach out to that individual and say, hey, just wanted to touch base. What are some things what's going on? Can we get you connected with treatment?
So it's preventative as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, but we passed a resolution after we presented to the commission. Like Judge Boyd had to present, I had to present, and passed it where I became the first mental health officer in Shelby County. So if law enforcement's on the scene, says this is a mental health crisis, there's no criminal activity, he's refusing hospitalization, but we feel like this person's definitely a danger to himself and others, it gives me the opportunity to come on scene, do a clinical assessment, and if they do meet that criteria, I can put them on a temporary court hold, take them to the hospital for evaluation. And then we go through the court process and see how the outcome is. But it's been stellar because it's taken us a long time before we initiated that resolution, Judge Boyd and I, my direct supervisor that's over emergency management, we went around to every department, met with every chief of police, we met with the directors at the local hospital, we met with the Shelby County Jail, anybody that's a stakeholder in it, and the outpouring of support was incredible. And I think it's going to be game changing because a lot of different agencies across the country have this, but it's tied to a specific department. So if we're operating under the sheriff's department, I don't get to see what's going on in Alabaster or Calera, Columbiana, but because I'm a standalone entity, I can maneuver through every department, and it gives me the opportunity to do these trainings with all these departments to teach crisis intervention, to teach them how to recognize mental health issues and it not just be straight to arrest, straight to force. And I've been in a roundabout way, been a part of like the state steering committee for crisis intervention teams. So we finally finalized like minimal standards. And so now that gives us an opportunity to go into every police department, get the volunteers that want to be associated with mental health in a sense, and get them trained on like a 40-hour training assessment, certified them. And so it's kind of like, SWAT. You have to go through like specific training. And so not every police officer needs to be on SWAT.
Yeah.
But same way, not every police officer needs to be clinically certified and all that kind of good stuff with mental illness because some people just don't have the empathy to do that.
No, they don't.
But there are people on the force that are like, I want that. I have a family member that has mental illness. Like I really have a story that's connected to it. So what we're going to start doing is implementing training and building crisis intervention teams for every department. And so what my position is going to be is kind of be the regional coordinator for all of it. So
That's awesome.
It's so good. So we're hoping to like set the golden standard because we're taking the time to work on the process and not so worried about the outcome just yet. And so if we can fine tune a process and get everything running smoothly, I think we'll be able to go out and take any county in Alabama and say, hey, let's modify this program to fit your needs. So it's just crazy exciting. Since that article came out, I've had 5 different counties reach out to me and say, how do we do this?
That's awesome.
And so it's like,
Yeah.
because we need to centralize and standardize how we respond to crisis in the community, because it's going to prevent those very, very poor outcomes.
I've
that
seen
you see on
nothing
the-
but positive feedback about it since they shared that
Yeah.
article.
Destiny said took some training, and this was mentioned, and I didn't know exactly what they do. Was the CIT
Yep.
at Colorado? Never talked about it. Are they? So they're passing. She's in Georgia, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know if that changes anything.
And they're passing a law where if mental health call doesn't need an officer but goes, then everyone is liable to be sick. Yeah, so the whole reason why all this is happening is because the Department of Justice, like it is saying from an ADA standpoint, you are responsible to have a crisis response unit and a crisis response program, or they can be sued because of disabilities. Absolutely. It's
Oh, Alabama.
and that's why they're so on top of trying to get these minimal standards passed. That way we can start implementing every department to say, hey, these are your requirements. Let's get you to that level. And so we're going to have a bronze level, a silver level, a gold level, and a platinum level. And so you can start getting recognized for like your department and how much you're pouring into it. So I mean, I think it's great because, you know, it may not seem huge numbers now,
Yeah.
but since I started this position, I've taken 75 mental health referrals from law enforcement, which is coming from 0.
Yeah.
So that means
Yeah.
I've got 75 reports of mental health instances in the county. And out of those 75, I've personally filed 28 petitions for involuntary commitment that's got people into the hospital, connected to treatment. And then I'm not going to go into the Senate bill that just got passed and went into effect because that's really boring stuff. But it's given us the opportunity to, when people do get arrested for misdemeanors and violations, the the officers are referring them to me and said, hey, we think it was a mental health issue. Like the disorderly conduct, acting bizarre, it's very disorganized, responding to internal stimuli. And so it gives me the opportunity to reach out to the jail, to the social worker, and say, hey, here's this referral. Do that initial evaluation. They'll get back to me. I'll file a petition. And under that new Senate bill, my probate judge can talk to the criminal side judge, and they can almost suspend charges to get them into treatment. So they're going through treatment. We're updating their criminal side things. And so if they complete the 150 days, that circuit court criminal side things, they're like really lenient. Like, hey, you did everything you were supposed to do. You're doing really well. Let's talk about how we can get these charges dropped or dismissed or at least
great
lessen
motivator.
yeah. So I think we have 19 people that we've been able to divert out of the justice system to get mental health treatment that they need and are doing really, really
awesome.
well.
Yeah,
So I think it's just going to
Yeah.
exponentially grow in the next, 6 to 12 months or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see how you take that. Let's see. Oh, she's
She works in Alabama, but she lives in Georgia.
she's
She's
right
on
on
the
that border.
border.
Yeah, like I went and visited my Opelika, Alabama store.
Destiny,
and then
he
worked
doesn't
out-
remember anything. It's
Listen. She didn't tell me this.
do you have a good memory?
I only know her from Georgia.
He's got a
She
goldfish
said-
memory.
She's talked to you about
She'll have
that.
to tell you.
Oh,
about
okay.
being, yeah, she has to tell me.
Okay,
about
well, you know what?
You can't
Chuck
read.
doesn't have good memory, and I have horrible eyesight.
Goldfish.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm a goldfish for sure. I have bad memory, but
What was the podcast you recommended?
let me scroll back up. Let's see. Hang on. She just works out in Georgia. That's what it is. Where's my mouse? There it is. It was behind the bastards. Is that what?
Oh, I've heard of that one, and I have it on my list, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Inside the minds of people considered evil, like Hitler and P Diddy. Oh, Hitler and P Diddy on the same level. I believe that. Yeah.
That one's been on my list. I just haven't listened to it
You
yet.
know what?
I devour podcasts, though. I am constantly listening.
I'm not big on the podcast, but I do like the shows like Mindhunters, where they it was essentially the creation of the BAU, the Behavioral Analysis Unit. What's Criminal Minds?
Criminal Minds, yeah.
Long running series, but the Mindhunters is showing like the psychology behind how they really identified these different people and the type of murderers they were.
That kind of stuff.
What?
So I would love to go through that kind
See,
of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that was my calling. I feel
It
like
still can be your calling.
no, at this point I'm too much in debt and I've got too many jobs as it is. But I think
Crowdfunding.
yeah, I mean,
Hey.
listen, become a
All
member to the
10
channel.
people
If you're
in
not
the-
if you're not a member to the channel, you should already be a member. It's as little as 99 cents a month.
I'm a member.
You're a paying member to our own channel.
Yep. I get 75 cents back of that.
Yeah, that's right. But if we had 1,499 members at Hans level, the gym would be fine.
Yeah.
I love training and stuff. I'm observing a CIT training.
So what's CIT?
Crisis intervention team.
Okay.
And so I got asked to just like observe the class and take notes for the differences. I went through crit training. There's CIT training. They're all the same thing and get to this, but we're trying to standardize it. So we're trying to say, hey, what do we need to take from CIT to put into the crit class to make it more substantial? But regardless, I'm sitting next to a guy that I've been working with for like the last 7 months, and he works for Shelby County Sheriff's Office, and he's just like this badass negotiator. He's been through like FBI negotiation
cool.
training. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do I get involved in that? He's like, oh, I can get you there. I was like, okay.
That's awesome.
Sweet. I was
Yeah.
like, I may not need it, but just having
Yeah.
that higher level of experience and training would be phenomenal.
Oh,
Yeah, I think if I wasn't in health and wellness, I think mental health would have been my.
See, I spent so long with the investigations at Target and the thrift store. even though I'm out of it now, when they can't figure out something, I still I dive in and I find it.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't like putting people in jail. I just like solving the problem.
You like the process.
I like the process of
Not the outcome.
I like that process of identifying the cause and the solution. And I'm good with interrogations and like actually interviewing people. I have no problem because I can relate to most of them. I don't come from the best background.
Oh, hey, Mom.
Hey, what's up, stepmama? Or mother-in-law? Not stepmother, mother-in-law.
Let's hope she's not your stepmother.
Mother-in-law.
That would be
I'm sorry.
real weird.
Sorry.
I am scheduled to take the FBI negotiation.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
That's awesome.
We didn't have Destiny on one of your episodes.
I would love that. Destiny's a blast.
Destiny
She's got to
would
bring
have
her
to have you on.
chopsticks, though.
Over 800 vaccines injected into him.
Human pincushion.
Ooh. I have to look into that. I like random.
800 vaccines.
Oh, they did. So another random headline.
Let's get our tinfoil hats on.
Yes, tinfoil hats. RFK came out and publicized or put out there that in 1990 something that there was a hidden study that showed, I forget the exact number, but it was like over 1,000% correlation to the hepatitis B vaccine and autism. But it was like specifically the B, I think, and it was like 1,030 something percent correlation. And that they're just now releasing it because they the CDC suppressed it. So autism has risen a lot in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
That's very true. It's very true.
But I always wonder if I'm full of. But
All right. Well, Destiny,
I know.
we'll have to get you and her
I
connected
know.
on
'Cause
that.
I love to read.
Y'all can do a
and
whole
I love
episode about-
podcasts, books,
Yeah.
and podcasts.
Yeah.
Yes. You used to be a teacher? I did not know that. You were
Whoa.
full of surprises.
She'd be an intimidating teacher.
Should be fun.
The look she gave me when I walked into the gym is because she blind
Yeah,
as a
she's
bat.
blind.
She's blind as a bat. I know.
We have that in
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, but the look she gave me, I was like, I don't know if I should approach her right now. I've seen what she can log press. I don't want to deal with that.
I bet.
Ooh, that went down the wrong pipe.
You all right? Did it burn?
It went down the wrong pipe from that one.
Oh. But yeah.
Oh, well, I think this was a good episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
If you stuck around this long, please don't forget to watch the episode that we're going to drop Friday.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Go support
Yes.
our sponsors.
Do it, girl.
Back at it.
If you're
Do it,
looking,
lady. Do it, lady.
if you're looking,
Everything.
if you're looking for mental health services, we have a counselor on staff here, Tier 1 Counseling Solutions. I highly recommend you use them. You can do virtual or in person. AED check. Yes, I do. I know. I got to get an AED after Saturday.
Look, luckily we are right across the street from paramedics.
And to be fair,
literally,
there's
there's not
Well,
even a full parking
be
lot.
fair-
Original paramedics, they do have a
Right
housing
there.
right
we
across the
have so many first responders that work out here. Like Saturday, there was probably more first responders here than there were across the street. Hey, Charles is in the chat with us. Cheers.
But yeah, so great. It was a fun time.
Yep.
Thanks for letting me come on
Thank you for joining us.
and bring down the mood
No.
with my postpartum story. But
I think it's good. We need to advocate for people to speak up because, and I shared a clip of it from the episode today. People in general don't question authority enough. We have so many medical professionals who they do general practitioners. General practitioners are the worst, and I know they go to school. I know they do their education, but they're
they
there.
can only know what has been in front of them
Exactly.
before. If they haven't seen a rare condition, they don't know how to
I'm
that
not saying
rare
just.
condition presents. And
Yeah.
so you have to it's your body, it's your responsibility.
I'm not saying ignore your doctor. I'm saying
No, but
don't-
you should
don't
take responsibility for
everything-
your own health
Yeah.
too, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm 100% because there would be so many individuals that I would get to see that they're like, oh, yeah, my diagnosis is this, this, and this. And like after like 4 or 5 sessions, like, it is not.
No.
Like you've just been misdiagnosed. And it's been crazy because once you find the correct diagnosis and connect them with the correct type of treatment and the correct medication, it's like their life changes. Like, oh my gosh.
And that
Yeah.
can go for so many things in life. It can be your mental, your physical.
Right.
It can be your personal trainer. There are great personal trainers out there who suck at specific types of people.
100%.
You know, so don't don't hesitate to question. Let's see. Start training for the comment. Oh yeah. So Charles posted the comment alien invasion. I swear it looked. Somebody tied it with the Dragon Ball Z. The pods coming in. They were like, Goku, you better be training right now. You ready to go.
Yeah, in Destiny, I agree. I do, and that's the thing. I do have a great OB who took great care of me. None of my concerns were getting to her, and some of my best friends are nurses. My niece is a nurse. I love nurses, but we are human.
Yeah.
So.
Look, do your own research. I'm a big advocate for researching your own stuff.
Hey, I listened to a podcast that's called Medical Detectives, and do you know how many people go on there and ChatGPT figured it out for them? Now, ChatGPT cannot take over a human's job, a doctor, but by doing their own research, they were able to come to them and say, "Hey, you may not have heard about this."
Yeah.
But this AI filtered through much faster than, and it's not.
Well, the information's out there. It takes somebody dedicated to looking into it. Perfect example was the whole COVID situation. When during lockdown, I had to do a ton of research to keep our business from being shut down. Not this one, but my day job. And like we had to know what we could do, what we couldn't do. So I was on the CDC website looking at all the statistics. I saw the
In
numbers.
different states, in different
everything.
counties, yeah.
And I would come back. I had a nurse start working out with us, and he goes, "What's your opinion on the vaccine?" And I gave him my full, honest opinion. He goes, "I'm surprised that you're that informed about it." And it's just all I did was research. I'm not a doctor. I'm not anybody special. I just literally went to the website and researched
Be
it.
suspicious.
And that's what I love.
Yeah.
I love about this day and age is the amount of information is just there.
Yeah.
But people don't want to read. They don't want to take the time to put in the legwork.
Well, also, if you find out the answer, it can take away the argument that you've had. It could change your mind. People don't want their minds changed. It could take
Homeostasis.
away an excuse that they had. That's
And if your doctor gets upset with you for questioning it, your doctor has got his own problems. Like I've talked to nurses, I've talked to doctors who are, when you challenge them a little bit with questions, they're not going to get mad at you if they
Right.
truly care about helping you. If they get mad at you, they want to give you a Band-Aid and go away.
Right.
yeah. Well, it is getting close to our children's
It is.
bedtime.
So
Oh.
remember, nobody cares.
Train harder.
Thank you everybody for joining.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Goodbye.
Just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna